we'll start with zone, okay? So I guess I got a couple first option throws first. So when this becomes an option to the boundary here, in a cover 2 set is if this release is clean and this safety's tight enough. So obviously this is a practice rep here. So safety's tight enough for sure. If I get a clean release here, I want to be able to take the whole shot. Okay, so that's kind of the way I would look at that. That's a pretty compelling option right there. The next clip is actually from this season. This is one that I think he should have taken the flat route. Okay, again, a hard corner, a clouded look over here. This corner now bails, okay, along with the safety. He should have felt like, even though we're checking with the back, he could have taken the back here. I would have been perfectly okay with that in this situation. So those are the type of scenarios that I want to be able to take that boundary. In this case, that corner with a safety over the top got all kinds of width. Shoot, he's running out of bounds there. Now, if he felt like this backer would have played that and jumped all over it, then progressed. But those are a couple options from a cover 2 surface perspective. Okay, here's an empty look where we have that inside fade with the stretch hitch. This is coming off of jet action where, again, if I feel compelled and I get, the read takes me there, this corner gets out, just take that. Okay, so again, it can start with a real short scenario. This is obviously a situation we want to be able to win on. Safety's clearly away, and if we feel good about our matchup, one-on-one, we want to be able to go after it. I hate to say I don't have a lot of clips where we've completed this ball. We haven't thrown a lot, but this ends up being kind of a circus catch, but that's one situation where we went after it. The last one into the boundary was a stutter. Now we did this out of a little bit more condensed formation, so we have a stutter out here. We're actually running our dragon with an attached tight end here, flat route, taking the bat this way, but we started with a stutter. Clearly the safety's away. This is a one-on-one. We felt like we could work this. Now we don't end up completing this, but this just gives us another look at another option into the boundary. So they went middle safety here. And we didn't necessarily get a step. This wasn't this absolute that he had to throw it. If you look at this picture, ball probably should have ended up here from a progression standpoint. So point of all those is, we have that boundary route combination or single. Like it, take it. If you take it, you better complete it. That's the way I look at that one. Okay, so now have the ability to look at a wide end zone angle here. So now we'll see dragon throws. So I think this is a good teaching tool, when we show all 22 from the end zone. Okay, these will be zone looks here. We're in a 2x2, so we are takeoff flat. Our dragon's here, our dig is here, and our back's going to finish to the field. Okay, so the big thing, we have to be able to move or at least account for this linebacker right here. Okay, and as soon as we can get his hips to the field or to the boundary like that, I think we've won the battle. Now we got to trust that he's going to find his way on time, and this is pretty good anticipation as far as that throw goes. From a route perspective now, talking about that dragon route, this ball is on the hash. We probably could have cut our split a little bit, but we want to dive to split the difference, okay? We want to stress this guy from a landmark position. We want to make him feel us here to open this space between the two backers. Okay, so that's not too bad right there. I got another 3-angle shot here, I believe. Yeah. Okay, so similar set, 2x2. Similar defense, a little bit different reaction out of this backer now. He's more in a pedal mode. We probably didn't quite use our eyes going this way enough. He feels like he's got the space though. So again, this is a pretty tight situation, but if I trust my timing and trust my landmark, I can be in business here. I don't want to be in this thought process as a quarterback where I got to stick that guy. That almost looks like he thought of it that way, because if you look back here now to the field, we have a 2-on-1 here. But we've beat this backer here. Decent job with our dive again, vertical presence, and then getting across at that 10 to 12. We might be a little bit deep there, and that's why we might be just a little bit late. Okay, 2 more practice clips where we have this end zone angle. So now they're in an up look here. So this could be man zone. So this isn't about the quarterback necessarily knowing man zone or needing to know man zone, but he should have an indication of how it plays out as he progresses. So, on the surface at the beginning, this would be something that I would think would be reasonable as everybody is up here. Someone's likely going to get out. So this becomes ugly, but I want to make sure he sees it. Again, trying in, zone drops here, trying to widen. I think it's that same backer we're picking on everyone in practice here, but I just thought these angles from the end zone, seeing all 22, is a better illustration from a teaching perspective. Again, ball's caught right on the hash. Similar type of look, everybody's up. Could be man or zone. Off this time, so a little less likely. Safety's getting out that way, but I still got to look that way. I still got to open myself up here. Okay, so very similar result. We create that space, ball's completed right on the hash. You know what, I'll go to some game clips now. So different structure here. We were seeing all single high against our own defense. So key here right now is if this is looking and feeling like quarters, that's fine. I need to affect this defender here. I don't want this guy to just drop on the hash. Okay, so if he just drops on the hash, I got to progress beyond him. Now this guy stepped up almost in a spy mode, and for whatever reason, he drove this way. So he's feeling like he's got open space at the hash here. Okay, from a route perspective, could probably use a little bit more dive. I think the big thing here is he better not let this guy sit and drive on this. So he's got to get vertical presence back on this safety, this lower safety, to make sure he gets out of there. Again, the ball is completed where we want it to be. If this defender would have dropped more on the hash and taken that away, we'd have still been in that good 2-on-1 out here to the field. Okay, another quarters type look. This is a good job of the Dragon now stressing this inside backer. This was the best example I had from a game perspective. Okay, so again, we're getting that squat corner over here. Potential with where the safety is if this release is super clean. So not necessarily. He goes inside, that thing's dead. If he'd have turned and ran with them, potential to dump this down. You can see we're already loading up the throw, though. The one thing, this is back in 17. This wide split kind of creates this ball being thrown a little bit more in the middle of the field than I'd want. But hopefully you can see that he gets that backer to flip open right there when a backer from a zone perspective has got to play that vertical. And good job coming back across flat. Bad example here. We get a completion, but I just want to illustrate how you can see the ball is not on the hash. Okay, so my throw from a Dragon perspective really should be 3 to 4 yards inside, give or take. Okay, off situation here, we're moving on, but get our eyes that way. Now, where this guy drops, okay, he drops with some width. So if anything, my window it's here. Okay, this is a completion. This is a true freshman plan. Pat him on the back, but coach him up to say, we don't want to throw this side of this dropper. Okay, you don't know what's coming from the outside in once your eyes leave there. So completion, but I'd rather moved on here in this situation. Again, look, our guys have trouble, I would say, if anything, not forcing that ball there, especially early on. That's kind of a what not to do. Now moving on to some man situations. Okay, like it in man, because in theory you should have 2 to 3 man beaters. This should have some ability. We certainly would have the ability to change this to a stutter, a speed out, something of that nature, if that's where we're at from a progression standpoint. This should be a good man beater. That doesn't mean they can't have a man underneath dropper on it. This dig or curl back here should be a man beater. So from a man perspective, it should give us some options. Recognize man with the motion coming across. Good with our eyes. We get that hole dropper here to get some width, and he's going to relate to the back. You can see from a route perspective, I hope, that they're drawing us, they're banjoing us here with these two defenders. So he presses back. I think he's a little premature on this route here. You can see the ball is on the 27, and we're getting too vertical there too soon, or too horizontal too soon. I'd like to see him press that, all the way up to the 35 at the very least, if not a little further. That would have made this a little bit easier. Now it makes a hell of a catch, but that's not a very good route as far. I think he's feeling like that guy's sitting on him a little bit, and that's probably why he got in a hurry. He'd have been better off just taking it to him. The big thing on the Dragon is don't let that route get dictated. Whatever you have to do, don't let that route get dictated. Now, from a quarterback perspective, where he throws it, just give perspective from the backside here of eyes. Flashes his eyes there. I think that's good. Okay. He should feel like he's got a throw there. Now he's contending with the ref, throw it through the ref in this case. But that's the idea in man.